Vergil is the source of motivation. He is. Just looking at him. You just look at him like, okay, hold on. Where's the intro? Look at this. I get goosebumps. I'm not even going to say anything. See, if I was like an actual, like, if I was actually Broly, that would be the part where I like Super Saiyan. It's like, all right, I'm ready. There's a famous saying that says, good things come to those who wait. And in the case of Vergil and DMC5, holy shit is it ever true. It's been just over a month since the special edition dropped, and finally, us plebs on PC and last-gen consoles got our chance to take up the Vergil reins and unleash literal hell in this game. Rest in pieces, bitches! Look at this. And amazingly enough, Capcom released Vergil basically worldwide at the same time. So while it may have been December 5th in Japan, here in Canada, the DLC actually launched around 7 PM on Monday the 14th, almost a full 24 hours early. So Christmas literally did indeed come early. Even better is by the next day on December 15th, us PC players already had working turbo and reversals thanks to the incredible response from the DMC modding community. Let me see. Oh, I have reversals. Buffered reversals. So this must be... Yeah, the game looks faster. Sick. In your face, special edition owners. Haha. So while we're just shy of 1 week's worth of hands-on time with Vergil, I wanted to do a quick video about my first impressions so far, how I'm getting on with his toolkit, and some of the stuff that I've been experimenting with. So without further ado, let's dive in, shall we? I suppose it goes without saying that my god man is this character absolutely broken. Holy shit! Oh my god, this character is so broken and I love it. It's just the room dies. Bye. Even in human form, he hits like an absolute truck and completely eviscerates enemies and shreds them to bits. Although his move list is relatively simple compared to Dante, surprisingly he has a lot of room for combo creativity, and that's before you even factor in the clone. Which, if I'm being honest, I haven't really played around with that much as I've been focused on other aspects of Vergil's playstyle, specifically wrapping my head around his trick abilities and concentration meter. Seeing as I have overall less than 5 hours total playtime with DMC4 Vergil, jumping from DMC3 into the iteration in DMC5 definitely took some getting used to, and I constantly found myself battling my own muscle memory when trying to trick up or trick down in scramble situations. But now that I'm gotten more used to it, it's actually mind-blowing how insanely good Vergil's mobility is. So long as you have an embedded sword, for example, your trick range is virtually limitless. Oh no! Oh no! Stop it! On that same note, the concentration meter is completely new to me, and it's something I barely paid attention to in my limited experience with DMC4. So even little things like being mindful of how to move around a battlefield or getting used to not running when there are enemies around definitely took some getting used to. Perhaps the biggest mental hurdle was recognizing when I had level 2 concentration, because at that point, the way you approach a fight completely changes. Rather than having to rely on your standard combos, launchers, air combos, you can literally just opt to instant kill, literally instant kill most enemies in the game, even on Dante Must Die, with a fully charged Beowulf uppercut. There he is. Yeah, it's like, I don't like fighting those guys. Well, guess what? You don't have to. The more I play, the more I realize how critical the Beowulf charge attacks are to Vergil's overall meta, especially on Dante Must Die. A simple strategy in every fight is to just get to level 2 concentration meter and then take out the priority targets with the charged Beowulf attacks. And thanks to the ridiculously overpowered Rainstorm Phantom Sword ability, even bosses are rendered completely helpless against multiple repetitions of Beowulf charge attacks. Speaking of which, the Mirage swords are another big step up from DMC3, and it didn't take long to realize that you no longer need a set of summoned swords in order to use the other abilities, which is a really welcome change if I'm being completely honest. So you don't have to fucking hold, you just put in the command. Interesting. Okay. But this one, the heavy rainstorm, yeah, it's like instant. That's crazy. That does, however, leave a real question mark as to what exactly are the point of the summoned swords exactly. They seem to stay out for a ridiculously long amount of time, and they don't really serve much purpose except for a little bit of extra damage over time, and they keep an enemy juggled while you're doing something else like taunting, for example. But overall, I found them to be kind of useless, and if anything, I try to avoid using them. One thing I will say about the Mirage swords though, is that they have shockingly terrible range. In order to air trick to an enemy, Vergil needs to first have an embedded summoned sword. But because of the abysmal range of the Mirage swords, if an enemy is a ways off or teleports away and you no longer have that embedded sword, Vergil will have to close the gap by other means until he's within range to connect a Mirage sword. This limitation also applies to the Bahamut and the Lusatia enemies who are capable of shielding themselves against projectiles, and that includes Vergil's Mirage swords. So you'll need to close the gap by other means, or you can just judgment cup them the first drop their shields. Haha, suckers. That's another thing I absolutely love about this character. Combining sequences of judgment cuts with Vergil's trick abilities is so incredibly satisfying that after I pull off an entire sequence, I'm tempted to look lovingly into Vergil's eyes and ask, was it good for you?
Show me your motivation.
For those who are struggling with the judgment cup timing, one piece of advice I have is to master the timing on the ground, since the timing is way more strict compared to the aerial version. If you can execute 3 just frame judgment cuts on the ground, you will have no problem executing multiple sequences in the air, and you can take that to the bank.
Show me your
As I said before, I've barely touched the clone, and for the time being, I've really just been funneling the meter into my DT bar or saving it for the various Mirage Blade abilities. That said, my Twitter feed has absolutely blown up in the last week or so, with combo creators pushing the limits of clone-specific combos to the absolute limit. And there is zero doubt in my mind that the clone substantially amplifies Vergil's combo ability and creativity ceiling. So it'll be incredibly exciting to see what people come up with as time goes on, and I look forward to finally taking a deep dive into it once I've finished Dante Must Die. And last, but certainly not least, Vergil's Devil Trigger. From the way it enhances and alters his various attacks, such as Rapid Slash. What is that? What? Starfall, and the additional hits that it adds to the end of his combo strings, to altering a judgment cup so that it hits up to 3 enemies simultaneously, and that's not even mentioning the ultimate attacks. Grind his face! Oh, that's so sick. You're all getting nuked for that! Die! How is fucking Bat still alive? Though it may get old as time goes on, the ability to completely obliterate a boss by nuking the shit out of it with a series of DT'd Beowulf charge attacks and stun locking it with the ultimate attacks is a great fucking time. This is how you do it. And he doesn't even get a chance. You skip his DT. And the fact that his DT has quad S built in so that you can quickly transform in and out of the Devil Trigger without any meter cost is just excellent. And I would argue it's a key piece of his meta and overall meter management. With proper timing, you can leverage all of Vergil's DT abilities and enhancements while using none or very little of the meter by simply transforming back and forth relatively quickly. And all this is without the triple S style requirement. Hey Dante, are you jealous yet? Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, Boss Dante is absolutely as much of a pain in the ass as I thought he would be. Terrible. He was airborne and for some reason it just didn't come out. I'm mad. Fuck. But overall, the fight is just great and it's very well designed, I would say. He utterly crushed me on Son of Sparta, so I really look forward to sitting it down once I get to him on Dante Must Die and really learning this fight inside and out. Be ready for that rematch, Dante. I'm coming for you. And that pretty much covers it. Overall, I think the dev team at Capcom really outdid themselves with Vergil. As broken as he is, he's incredibly fun and satisfying to play. I'm having too much fun.
This may be fun.
And in comparison to his DMC4 iteration, yes, I think he is broken in this game, but I don't think he's anywhere near as broken as he was in 4 SE. So he's very much a welcome addition. I cannot believe that shit launches, dude. Oh my god. Amazing. Amazing. I do think his combo potential is actually staggering thanks to the clone, and I'm having a blast so far optimizing his Dante Must Die routes and boss strategies. So you can definitely look forward to some more no damage mission playthroughs and boss fight compilations in the near future. Till next time, stay awesome, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.